I am Mike McManus, and I'm the museum manager for the Museum of Howard County History.
My name is Dustin Linz. I'm the co-manager here at the Museum of Howard County History.
The building was built in 1894. This was originally the First Presbyterian Church of Howard County, and it served as a church up until the late 1950s. The house next door is called the Weir Building. The Historical Society has owned it since the late 1980s. We believe that it was built about 200 years ago and supposedly used as a field hospital during the War of 1812. But we definitely know that it was used as a Quaker schoolhouse by the Ellicotts from about the 1820s to the 1830s. Today it's just used as storage. The first time I ever had any experience over there, I was going in there to grab a couple things for a concert that we were having at the museum that evening, and all of a sudden I started feeling dizzy. Started feeling lightheaded. It felt like this energy was coming over me. And it's hard to explain, but I definitely wasn't feeling like myself.
Mike is much more highly impacted at the Weir House than I am, but I will say that I feel anxious when I'm over there. I get that feeling that there's eyes watching me, and I'm always in a rush to get out of there.
To me, it seems like every time I go to the left side of the house, I change my mentality. I'm definitely not myself. I start feeling dizzy, I feel head pressure, I have a hard time explaining things, thinking straight. But whenever I go to the right side of the building, I feel okay. So I don't know if the left side of the building is like some secret portal to another entity or what, but a lot of unexplained activity has happened on the left side of the house. So every time I approach this doorway, I get the feeling that somebody's telling me not to go through this doorway. If I want to go into this room where our textile collection is, I have to make a U-turn and go through that doorway right over there.
On two separate occasions, we heard a little girl's voice. And on one occasion, about 5 years ago, before me and Mike were even here, a woman went into the Weir Building, and as she looked up the staircase, she saw a little girl standing at the top step. So we believe it's probably the same spirit of that girl.
Okay, so we had a paranormal team down here doing an investigation. Their station was set up along the back wall, and I was sitting on the basement steps, and I decided to get up and walk over to them to see if they were capturing anything on their computers. And I took a couple steps, and all of a sudden it felt like this entity went right through me. I was pushed back, and I was dazed and confused for a little bit. I couldn't think or talk straight, so they took me upstairs, and they saw that there were a couple red marks on my face. I don't know why they would want to punch me in the Weir Building. So maybe there's some evil spirit over there that doesn't like me. One of the key incidences, besides me getting punched in the face, I don't know how you can top it, but this one does, is when Dustin and I were cleaning up after one of the paranormal investigations that took place. And we went into one of our tenants' rooms just to make sure all the lights were off, and we saw this black shadow pass across one of the walls. And we knew it was definitely not a car driving by because we didn't see any cars driving by at the time.
We saw a black mass move from one side of the room to the other one. We were pretty petrified by that, so we hightailed it out of there and came over here.
We believe that it followed us back here, and whenever we got back to the museum, some other crazy activity started to take place.